I'm slowly regaining the skills that I once had. In time they will come back to me. If I survive, that is. Truth be told, I am a little shaken by my experience with Eothas when he destroyed Cadnua, killed me, and so many others there. I just don't feel the same as I did. Though, that could be wrong too, because I might not correctly remember how I felt, and this was exactly how I felt. When one thinks of it like that, one can become very confused. How do you know how you felt if your memories are not all with you? I don't know. The small things in my life come to me in bits and pieces. They are not whole, and neither am I. In a way, I feel like I am a new person. That, and at the same time, I feel like the same old person. I suppose I should not dwell on it, though, or I might lose my sanity. Eothas has struck twice now. I need to know what is beautiful to him. Essentially, I must know what he is up to, and if I do not like it, then I will have to do what I can to stop him. Hopefully it will not be some perplexing goal that helps part of the world but also destroys part of it. I would pray for an answer, but I know the gods. I do not pray. I believe in them. I may aid the ones I agree with, but I do not worship them, like so many others do. No, my counsel will have to come from myself and my crew, because that is all I trust. Okay, it seems like I have gained more skill. Mechanics. Traps and locks can be a problem for even the toughest adventurers, draining their resources and injuring those, or killing those who are unfortunate enough to trigger an unseen floor plate. The mechanics skill makes it easier to open locks and disable traps. Additionally, any character can use the mechanics skill to place traps of their own. The higher the mechanics skill, the more accurate the trap. Okay, so this is actually a very necessary thing for a group to get through places, dungeons, and old ruins and things like that. We'll go with history. Try to balance it out. Eloth is really skilled in metaphysics. I don't even know if I need to continue on learning that area. But history, of course, is important. Now, as for my cipher abilities and any physical abilities that I would like. Two weapon style. I'll have to look throughout all these. Okay, I've decided on soul ignition. Forces an enemy's soul to leak energy, igniting the air around them and burning them over time. And on increasing my fortitude. Okay. Let's see if we didn't meet everyone in this place. There's an upstairs that's kind of barred off. A worn dog-eared primer of the Huana language. We don't need to be stealing. Let's go. So go to the beach. I guess that's where the ship was. And where what we have as a crew are there. The dear Woodnian captain, are you here to stay?
We have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps? Have a look.
Yeah, I don't know how much of anything we'll need. It won't hurt to take a few things. And it's not that expensive. Cannon shot. We already have a few medical supplies. Repair supplies. Fresh fruit? Oh, that's getting a little expensive. So what can we sell here? Medium shields. Large shield. Mace. Crossbow. Sword. Axe. Hatchet, I mean. Stiletto. Greatsword. Well, it's bringing the price down a little bit, but not very much. Alright, I think that is probably good enough. Trade. And at worst, we'll just have extra supplies for the ship. Spent a bit of money. I don't think that there is anything... We can give you this hat. Well, the color goes. What is this? Oh, the Animancer's hat. Huh. Well, you were working with the Animancers. Hats come in many different shapes and sizes. Derwoodians are known for their modest, rustic hats, while Valians are associated with broad-brim hats featuring a variety of exotic plumes. Okay, so he's got a rapier. He's got a scepter. And this outfit is tailored to him. Okay, so there are, let's see, there are a few things we can do. He's got two, I think maybe we can give him two more healing potions and two for me. I don't take the punishment that he takes. So let's, yeah. That Adair can take. And scroll. She has an antidote for a poison. Potion of Spirit Shield. Scroll of Fan of Flames, which could be very helpful. Oh, he has... Okay, now he has lots. Can use this Scroll of Blessing. So reach the city of Nekataka. The lighted path. Adair is interested in reconnecting with a woman he used to know who supposedly settled in Deadfire. The Lantern of Guan. Shoti is chasing Aothas throughout the Deadfire while striving to fulfill her purpose. So this is something that will only come with time. Stranded. So if we return to the beach, get our ship repaired, we should be able to get out of here. The Veins of Aorta. Aothas is drawing essence from the pillars of Luminous Audra in the region. Whatever he means to do with all this power, tracking down these pillars may be the only way to pick up his trail. And it all seems to go to Nekataka. Okay, I think that's all we can do here. Leave town on foot. Okay, let's go. Back to where we first started on this island.
Good, you are here. Clario has made good on his promise. We are making ready to free your ship.
The Kawa gestures towards my vessel, where a motley group of Huana and Valian workers race to and fro.
I say still that you are fortunate. The ship was nearly lost, but it will float. For how long, I cannot say. You will wish to find a friendly port with some speed, I think.
Do you know where Nekataka is?
So you will go to the great Kahanga city as well. You must sail north for some time, and then a little east. Take care in Nekataka, outsider. It will close its jaws around you, and you will never notice.
I'm sure I've been in worse before.
Come, We will see your Defiant out to sea.
I have received a curious message from Harbinger of Vatner. Read. Wax-sealed letter. This missive, written in what looks like dried blood on a slice of tanned leather, came to me rolled and sealed with a mark of the aurochs. The lettering, spidery and sharp, suggests the sender may have been shivering as they composed it. Most glorious watcher of Cadnua, I cordially invite you to a feast to be held in your honor. A community of like minds has congregated at Harbinger's Watch, a small outpost located in the southern Deadfire Sea, to witness the dead flow's rapid expansion. Soon ice shall consume all, and Rimmergan's dominion over dead Ayora will be unchallenged. Rimmergan, god of entropy, cold, winter, bad luck, famine, and natural disasters. We eagerly anticipate hosting your magnificence. With admiration for your many accomplishments, Vatner, High Harbinger of Dusk.
We should address the matter of our ship's resources before we get underway.
Okay. Ammunition supplies gained 8, medicine supplies 12, repair supplies 7. Arena was injured. Did that not happen when we landed?
It saddens me to inform you that we lost several crew and most of our provisions during the storm.
I was aware of that.
However, Port Maje appears to be well supplied, and I expect the recent disaster has left several sailors in want of a ship.
Okay.
I suggest we contract for additional supplies and crew before we return to open water, or our voyage may indeed be a short one.
Well, we have supplies, do we not? Ship-to-ship combat. In Deadfire, not every ship on the sea is friendly. Hostile ships can attempt to engage us in ship-to-ship combat. During ship combat, distance and orientation to the enemy are vital to our success. Distance determines if the enemy is in range of our cannons, or if we are in range of theirs. Orientation determines what cannons, if any, you can fire, as well as how easily your ship may be hit. Turning your side to the enemy allows you to fire the most cannons, but it makes you an easier target. Each ship must maintain its sail and hull. Damaged ship's sails limits the speed of a ship. If a hull is destroyed, the ship will sink. A ship's cannons are also limited by how much ammunition the ship was carrying. When two ships get close to each other, they can board or ram. Boarding locks the two ships together and transitions to a deck-to-deck fight between the two ships' crew. A ramming attack does damage to the hulls of both ships. If one does not sink, the battle transitions to a deck-to-deck battle. Once we have victoriously sunk the other ship or defeated them in deck-to-deck combat, we can plunder what remains. Plunder typically includes ship resources, treasure, and occasionally the unique triumph of a noteworthy enemy captain. Coins can be shared with the crew to improve morale, and triumphs are always flown from the ship's rigging. Injuries and rest. Triggering a trap or being knocked out during the combat will apply an injury to that character. Injuries remain on a character until they use food or drink, while resting or by resting in the inn. Maybe we should have rested in the inn before we left. I still have a little bit of an injury on me. Okay, well, these are the things, some of the things that I need to know when being a ship captain. Why don't we sail around the island? Oh, I don't remember seeing this settlement. Can we, I guess, can't really get to it now. We have to make for a port. Some ship is sailing right after us. As the Defiant leaves Port Maje behind, we occasionally observe dozens of other ships coming and going, mostly fishing and trade vessels. One craft stands out. An imposing dhow, replete with cannons, crests into view across the Defiant's starboard bow. The flag raised high atop its sails signifies a wish to parley. However, the dhow approaches at an aggressive speed, suggesting that it may not easily be turned away. face our pursuer head on. I spin the ship's wheel counterclockwise. The ship swings around quickly, disturbing a gull resting on the foremast. The bird voids a white splotch on the deck as a sign of its disapproval. We even out the wheel and bear straight towards the dhow. The distance closes quickly, and soon the massive dhow's hull rolls on the waves beside our ship. Boarding planks emerge and are quickly cast onto our ship, along with shouts from its crew, notifying me that their captain will be boarding. Several well-armed men cross the planks, their eyes watching every inch of our ship. The crowd parts open to make way for their captain, a tall, well-dressed man. He peers at me with one impeccably groomed eyebrow raised. Following behind the captain, and in stark contrast strides an unkempt Orlan. A pair of pistol grips protrude from his belt, and he casually twirls a stocky firearm around his index finger. His shaggy face, framed by long cobalt blue hair and a wildly braided cerulean beard, makes the crooked smirk he directs at me seem almost sinister.
Ador, Waterocador. On behalf of the Principes and Patrina, I must request we meet in parley.
The broad-shouldered captain uptilts his chin in greeting. When he smiles, his left cheek divots a shallow dimple. You couldn't have asked before you boarded my ship uninvited?
Echosi, it has been some time since I last asked another's permission.
He flourishes a courtly bow.
I have heard some marvelous tales regarding your ventures in the Deerwood.
Oh, really? My reputation precedes me already.
In fact, you are the first dragon slayer I have ever met, outside of a grave. Some fools would seek to make a fortune by pilfering from one such as you.
I don't really have anything from my past days. Just the items I'm carrying.
Well, he's done his research. Might as well hear him out.
Okay. Under the captain's words, I hear a faint but insistent buzzing. It blooms, overwhelming Ferrante's voice, drowning out all else around me. No one else seems to notice. A vision. A thunder cracks between my ears, and I glimpse a different sun-shod sea behind my eyes. Let the visions come. The visions streak across my mind's eye, fleeting and incoherent. An elf, dark-haired and battle-scarred, stepping across the gulf between vessels. She shakes Ferrante's hand, and warmth spills through me. Excitement, pride, respect. The imagery melts like candle wax into a lamp-lit galley, swamped with the scent of unwatering rum and sweet fruit, with their sailors and their songs and sweat. The scene billows away, ice-cold and clawing, replaced with the crew on deck, solemn and staring, as Ferrante grasps one of their own by the throat. No, not a one of their own, no more. I don't steal from family, and stay family. Tears of mucus mar the man's features as Ferrante reads the man's his last rites. Thief or no, they'll consign him to Andra, as tradition dictates. Goddess of the ocean, forgotten things, loss, relentlessness, and mourning. Said to have once fallen in love with the moon and to have tried to draw it near with catastrophic consequences. People bring tokens to her temples of things they wish to forget, and her clergy see the tokens cast into the sea. The vision passes, leaving me blinking on the deck of the Defiant, looking into Ferrante's face. He raises an eyebrow.
I believe you have met such a fool. Captain Benweth of the Drake.
Despite the gravity of his words, he smiles grandly, and the dimple cuts deeper into his left cheek. I know a cipher's handiwork when I feel it. Tell yours to stay out of my head. Blue Orland's mouth falls open.
Voxen of Ubilnet Merla. Careful, ship hunter. Mind that you do not confuse a useful skill set for a non-expendable one.
Ferrante glares at Seraphin. The Orland steps back, blinking away the rebuke, and peers at me, probing. His yellow-green eyes narrow, unfocused, as if trying to remember something. Then the captain turns a warm smile back to me.
My apologies. Rest assured, it will not happen again.
Apologies, Captain. Didn't mean it, really. We're up all night, you know, searching out our friend here.
He looks to me.
You've been at sea a while. Your mind starts playing tricks on you, aye? Well, mine plays tricks on others, too. Usually don't mean much. Maybe see a bit of shadow, hear a bit of tune. Not less a person sensitive. Like, say, a watcher.
He winks. Wait, who are the Principi San Petrena?
This is the first you are hearing of us, truly?
His brows raise in a show of surprise, but then his smile turns sly and he counts his head as if to include me in the secret.
We are a magnificent but largely landless people, so we have come to own the sea. To survive, we must seize prosperity where we can. Hence, we're oft labeled as pirates, smugglers, merchants of illicit trade, or mercenaries.
Okay.
It will not always be so, but it is for now.
You say this Captain Benwith is the one who attacked me.
Ah, the short-sighted scoundrel has been wreaking havoc in the area for months. He is no son of Velia. I do not fault his ancestry, but he disregards too much the grand heritage we Principi represent. Benwith is the second most selfish captain within the Principi's newest generation. He risks all that we value.
If Benwith is the second most selfish captain, who's the first? He pinches at his lips, eyes narrowing thoughtfully, but you can see that he's biting back a mischievous grin.
Perhaps I have said too much. This is a problem solely of my own. For now.
Okay. Why accept non-Valians into the Principi if they're going to cause problems?
Few pirates retire comfortably, amigo. We sink and we hang or we burn. We must replace our losses, accepting from many regions, including the Deadfire.
The Principi's heritage is Old Valian?
We are descended from refugees who fled during Old Valia's decline. They sailed the eastern reach to the Deadfire, but they did not settle the islands. Today, even, our shipboard life continues.
Just remain aboard ship. Okay, interesting. If Benwith is one of your own, shouldn't you take responsibility for his actions?
Benwith is no captain of mine, amigo. It is not beneath my flag his Drake sails.
Okay.
Yet I do seek to temper his actions when they would endanger the Principi altogether.
How has Benwith endangered the Principi?
Are you saying if we rile you, you will pose no threat to us? Così. Pardon if I do not believe you, Dragon Slayer.
The captain chuckles, fingers rubbing the frayed collar around his throat.
Word of Benweth's raid on the Defiant will spread throughout the Deadfire. More fools will seek to prey upon you. I would suggest you stave off all others by making an example of Benweth.
I can see your point. It does have a certain logic to it.
For on tease, for do my job for me, friend. Hope you don't die in the effort.
The rogue words flit through my thoughts like darters. Not quite my own, but not entirely unlike my own either. Where might I find this Captain Benwith? Say I want to teach him a lesson.
Benweth's Drake took damage during the storm. Eventually, he will need to dock for repairs, and when he does, Seraphin can find him for you.
Oh, really? So you're going to loan him to me? Ferranti flourishes a hand towards the Orlan at his side.
He is rather an unrefined creature, but he is a most skilled ship hunter, I assure you.
Okay.
Unrefined? Begging your pardon, Captain, but I'd be the high fucking model of the gentleman of fortune.
The Orlan scoffs.
As for Benwith, that sucker of squid tits be as predictable as the tide. I'd wager all my furriest bits that he'd set sail for Deadlight.
Deadlight.
That would be felicitous indeed, as I believe the traitor Remaro hides there as well. I quite enjoy killing two men with a single bullet.
Okay.
Wouldn't have even thought of it if you hadn't brought it up, sir.
Yet you feel a surge of anger that's not my own. Seraphin spins towards me and bows again.
Now, I ain't hardly in any hurry to leave the fine company of the gentlemen of leisure, but the captain be right about me finding your mark. Adding to that, you sail into Fort Deadlight not knowing your innies from your outies, you might very well find the locals cannon fucking your boat to sodden splinters.
He grins broadly. Why loan me your best ship hunter?
What venture does not require an investment to be prosperous? The Seraphim is an allowance, which I expect you will return, in one payment or another.
What can you do for me?
Are you asking aside from my vaunted ship hunting abilities, self-evident manners, and encyclopedic know-how of all things piratical?
Teeth glint between the curves of his smile. Aloth presses his lips into a thin line. Yes, aside from the obvious.
Well, there'll be me knowing my way around Fort Deadlight, so named on account of it being a fortress and all. I got my contacts inside, and I'll be half handy with a gun if shit goes belly up. Adding to that, I'll be right easy on the eyes, or so the lasses tell me.
He raises his eyebrows in two quick bumps. Ah, I'm sure they're just being kind.
You verily wound me, sir.
He chuckles, however.
As you see, Seraphim is both insufferable and marvelously useful.
Seems like you're eager to join me.
Well, of course I'll be eager to give Benweth the old Evo. That half-cock's been a pain in our asses for the better part of, well, too fucking long. You said you met him, Seems the type that needs a bullet, don't he?
Won't deny that. Did try to take this ship. He projects his words a tad louder than necessary. Shoti nibbles on her lips to hide a spreading smile. I know there's something you're not telling me.
Aye, there's boat holds I ain't telling you, Watcher. I ain't telling you about the lass I have back on Deadlight. Ain't telling you what we did or didn't do last time I seen her, neither. Certainly ain't telling you about the secret pirate handshake that'll get you in the door.
Ferrantis shakes his head, but his smile widens into a sincere grin. Alright, welcome aboard, Seraphim.
Oh, you won't be regretting this, Watcher. At least so long as you keep us heavy in grog and light on the onions. Ugh, them dirty shit apples ain't never agreed with me, and I'll be suspecting they never will.
He pats his belly as he strides to my side.
He's not sleeping near my berth, I promise you that much.
Well.
I sail now for Dunwich, my own safe port. I will await you there, should you be successful in schooling our wayward captain.
Okay. Things just keep getting more and more interesting. I think we did go to here. We traded. I just wanted to go around the island. Yeah, we did go down there. As we were warned by the steward that we should go to Port Maje and try to get more people. I guess we'll have to find port. We can't just land anywhere we want in order to explore these islands. Okay, so we have some more crude to get, somehow. Maybe we'll stay at the end before we leave, so I can rest and recover.